we eating more animals than the animals and making more animals. So they making the new meat that y'all eating, that y'all eating. They making the new meat that y'all eating us. And they said they trying to save animals so we don't run out of animals in the world. And that was enough for me. Nah, no bad, T. I ain't gonna lie. That was enough. That was enough for me, T. We eating more animals.
Like I was saying, you look at these brothers and they look stoned out of their mind. They look high as I don't know what. And I don't know what type of weed they're smoking. I think they're just smoking regular weed. I know there's different types, but I have a cousin that say when he smoke, he becomes more brilliant. He becomes smarter, more articulate, and like the universe, the universal thought and consciousness and awareness. It's just all this information flows into his mind, and he just understands everything. That's what he tells me. And they don't have that type of weed. They're not smoking that type of weed. The weed they're smoking is making them unintelligent zombies. Inarticulate, can't make a point. It's sad. What's happening in the world? What is happening? Just say no to drugs. That's all I'm saying. Maybe y'all started too young. But good Lord. Good Lord. Two things happened. I'm not going to watch a video. I'm going to just talk about two things that happened. So months ago, there was a young man that targeted a health insurance executive and murdered him cold blood. Just shot him in the back of the head right on the street. I think it was at night. He was masked, and eventually we caught him. But the media, a lot of people on social media, they praised the guy for killing the exec. It's crazy. It was people out here that was happy that this random guy decided to kill an insurance company executive that had children, had a wife, had family, had a father, had friends, had people that depended on him, murdered him in cold blood. For what reason? Because his insurance claims got denied for some care that he believed that he needed, right? He had a back injury. Let me tell you what happened. He had a back injury that kind of messed up his life. Allegedly, he was living with pain, and he was trying to get better and get well, and he needed surgery or certain procedures in order to stop the pain in his back, and the procedures weren't covered by insurance. This is the story, right? Let me tell you what really happened. He hurt his back, and he started taking pain medication to the point where he became a crackhead. And when you get on drugs like that or pain medication, and y'all can tell me I'm wrong, this is what I think it is. When you get on that pain medication and you're taking it like that, you start to confuse the addictive desire for more drugs with the pain that you're feeling in your back, the pain that you're feeling from the injury. You be like, it hurt. I need the drugs. I need it. You be like, my knee hurt. It's like, why are you scratching your neck if your knee hurt? Because you was a crackhead. I believe the dude was a crackhead. And like crackheads will do some crazy stuff for another hit. And I think he wanted some pain medication. He couldn't get the pain medication because the insurance was like, hey, bro, we're going to have to deny you. And he was like, I'm hurting. My back hurt. And I need the pain medication. I need the surgery. And they said, we're going to deny you. And for whatever reason, he targeted a executive who is not the person that makes a decision to deny him. I get it if he would have targeted an adjuster. They tell you who your adjuster is on your claim. It'd be like on the bottom of the letter. It'd be like, your adjuster, this the person that is overseeing your claim. I think that's how it works with insurance. I know for a fact it works like that in like an auto claim, right? You know who your adjuster is. I'm like, why you ain't go after the adjuster, the person that denied you? It wasn't the executive. But the fact that people were celebrating that a man was murdered in cold blood by a crazy person, a crackhead, is insane. What is happening in the world when people are celebrating the murdering of a good person? Because let me tell you why they don't consider the CEO executive a good person. It's because he was rich. It just lets me know how hateful poor people are. Yep, y'all hate people doing better than you. It's disgusting. The fact that he's rich don't make him evil. Somebody's got to, you understand that, like, they don't respect what CEOs bring to the table. They don't expect what an executive's job is. They don't know. They just think that they're evil and their job is to destroy people's lives. That's an unintelligent person if you think that. There's more to the job than destroying your life. They're not destroying your life. But anyway, this particular post is about a father who drove his vehicle at a high rate speed into a police officer's vehicle. This was a officer that was just directing traffic by a school and minding his own business. And this man murdered that officer because his son was shot and killed by a completely different officer because his son was engaged in criminal activity and being pursued by the police, and his son had a gun. And based off of the video footage, when the officers were pursuing his son, it looks like his son was reaching for his gun or was trying to get a hold of his gun, and the officer saw that and proceeded to shoot and kill his son. He crashed out, mad at the fact that his son was killed by a police officer, decides to drive his car into a random police officer and kill the police officer. And you have a lot of people in the community celebrating that activity, saying, hey, that you killed one of mine, I'm going to kill one of yours. It's like, what type of nigga shit is this? It's not a gang. I get some people say the police are like a gang to a degree. Yeah, you might be right. But at the same time, that officer that you killed, unless he had a personal grudge against him, which based off the testimony of the man that committed the assault or that murdered the cop, he said no. He didn't say he knew him. He didn't say that man did anything to him. He just like, I'm going to take one of y'all out because y'all took one of mine out. At the same time, this man had other children that were probably dependent on him, and now he's going to jail for life because his son, that was a criminal, was killed because his son was engaging in criminal activity. And instead of being arrested, he resisted arrest, and he had a firearm where he probably was going to point that firearm and shoot at the officer. Probably. We don't know. But people are celebrating this. People are saying that this dude did a good thing. They standing with him. And I'm like, what? I see that and I go, what is happening? What's happening in the world? What is happening? Check this out. Now, this is scary. This next one is scary. Oops, that ain't it. Listen to this. This is crazy.
HIV in Philadelphia. Over 40,000 people have HIV either in North Carolina or South Carolina. I'm not sure. It's one or the other. I'm not sure. But I just recently saw a video of a girl saying that it was recorded to have, I believe, over 200,000 people had HIV in Texas. And the girl was saying like it was an event, a big event that had.
What? 200,000 people in Texas with HIV. I work with a young lady. She said that she want to get out of Michigan. And I said, where you want to go? She's like, I'm thinking Texas. I said, be careful down there. Be careful down there. Listen, get you a husband that's faithful. Because if y'all down in Texas, it could go all the way left. 200,000? I thought, listen, Magic Johnson made y'all think that AIDS is not a thing anymore. It is. HIV is still a thing. Don't y'all understand that? Don't y'all understand y'all can get tested? Y'all can use condoms. Y'all could, like, they even got a drug out. It's called PrEP, which if you take it, they say you won't even get it. Then you got people with AIDS medication that won't give it. The fact that AIDS is growing at this alarming rate, it just shows you how much people don't care and how irresponsible people are. These people don't give a flying boop. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. I think people know they got it and they just don't care. They crashing out and they like, you about to get it too. Look at this. You know, if you go and get tested, you can get you one of these little brown paper bags. It's filled with it's filled with protection. You know what I'm saying? Keep this in my book bag just in case. Nah, not really. It's just in there from, I get tested regularly. Just to make sure. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. But anyway, listen to this.
Happen. A lot of shit was going on. A lot of people got tested after that event. And 200,000, they recorded 200,000 people. 200,000 people. I just keep on saying it because my brain keeps on getting.
You know what? I've always been an advocate for withholding yourself or not putting yourself in certain environments because it's normalized not to have protection in a lot of these different places. We've spent so much time talking about Planned Parenthood and having children out of wedlock, which is a very important thing. Like, I'm not going to discount that at all. I think that people need to stop having children that can't afford them. People need to stop having children out of wedlock. People have to be a lot more careful of who it is that they choose to have children with. And then we also have to be very, very mindful of the cost it takes to raise a child. More importantly, we know that people regularly look at having abortions as a form of contraception.
Shout out to Anton Daniels dropping the knowledge. That's my guy. That's my guy. But like he said, there's more to it than just having children out of wedlock. Having kids you can't afford. There's also getting STDs. Or you can get that hive. And you don't want that hive. I'm telling you. It's a bad thing. I know people that have died from the hive. Nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But I think, you know what? It's getting late. I think it's time for me to go to sleep. Give me some rest. I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to wrap this up. For those of you that tuned in, that watched, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. That's all I got to say. Prince Amir, I'm out. Peace.